All right. So let's start off with bottom of the deck. Let's see what's coming in for the overall energy of your reading. What's going on for Libra? Okay. Yeah. I'm hearing social distancing. Not surprising. Yeah. So you're definitely turning within, and I think you're using this time to really focus on what's important to you and how you want to move forward with this situation and with our new normal. Many of us are now at home. Many of us are not working, or we are working from home, but we're just not really in a lot of physical human contact anymore. Those of us with children, all of our kids are home from school, and they're either on spring break or getting ready to gear up for online classes. So again, new routine, new sense of normalcy. I feel like all of us are just trying to find our groove with the situation and the state of the nation, right? So normally when Two of Wands comes upright, this is all about soul expansion. This is about being visionary and future looking. When it comes in reverse, this is about soul expansion. This is inward looking. So I feel like, again, we're not going to be the same people as we were going into this. Once this thing is said and done, we're going to be completely different. But I do believe that the change will be an improvement, that it will actually be for the better. We're going to come out stronger, wiser, just different, different. And I feel like we're going to be more enlightened to humans, the human plight, social situations, social issues. I do get the sense that when this is all said and done, there's going to be a heightened sense of interconnectedness between human beings. We're going to have stronger bonds with our family members and loved ones because we have been gifted with this time, with quality time, essentially. In a weird way, this is a gift, right? And we're just, we're settling with this energy. And it really is a gift of slowing down time and saying, all right, you used to complain about working 40, 50, 60-hour work weeks and didn't have time for social gatherings, didn't have time for the family, didn't have time for the spouse. Your marriage was crumbling. Your relationships were in the toilet because you weren't there. Well, now you're there. Yeah. So, like I said, in a weird way, it's a unique gift in disguise. Yes, the world is chaotic. Yes, the world is in turmoil. And you may be feeling impulsive. This is you guys. This is Knight of Swords energy. You may be feeling impulsive. You may be feeling like the information is just coming in quick, fast, in a hurry. And you're like, oh my God, I'm struggling to keep up with it. Social media is on fire. Headlines, breaking news, reporting from all over the globe. And it's becoming stressful. It's becoming a bit much. It's becoming frenzied and chaotic and frenetic. And it's time for us to say, whoa, let's slow this down. Let's check in with ourselves, right? Let's do some breathing exercises. Let's regain, some perspective here on the situation. And let's not succumb to the chaos of the headlines, the chaos of the social media posts, because it's overwhelming. And I feel like some of you, or many of you, Libras, are feeling overwhelmed by the information that's coming through. This is time for you all to get grounded, maybe turn off the cell phones, maybe just put it down, put it away, go outside, take a walk, breathe. I feel like breathing exercises are going to be really beneficial and helpful for you all. Yoga Nidra, there's an exercise that's fantastic that I like to use that helps me clear my head when I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And I forgot the name of it, but you're working in sets of four counts. So you take 4 seconds to breathe in. It's a 4 count inhale. When you get to the top of the inhale, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 4 seconds. And when you get to the bottom of that exhale, you hold for 4 seconds. And then you repeat. Repeat as many times as needed, and you can do it sitting, in a quiet space. You can do it while you're walking. You can do it in the shower, and it feels really good, because you're just kind of like washing away that energy. So it's really healing. It's a really healing technique. So I really get the sense, Libras, that you've got to slow the mind. I feel like your mind is just working on overtime and overdrive, and it's like, okay, enough with this, because I'm about to lose my mind. But it's happening. It's meant to happen. I get the sense that in a weird way, this weird global pandemic is a reset for the human race, because it's requiring all of us to shut down. It's all requiring all of us to turn within and to reflect on what's important. How are we going to get through this day, this new normal? Okay, now we're home with friends and family. Now we're home with our loved ones. It's time for you to really bond with them. It's time to get to know them, truly, and for allow them to get to know us, right? It's also a time for us to get to know ourselves, truly and deeply. So what's been coming through a lot, and one of the oracles, is the card of rediscovery. Yeah, I feel like that's a theme going on right now, is rediscovering who we are at our core. Yeah. I mean, it's I can't believe that this is our reality. It almost feels surreal. I showed up to work on Monday, and they're like, all right, it's time for you all to go on administrative leave until further notice, and we'll be in touch. So fortunately, I'm in a situation where I am, getting paid, which is nice. But there's a lot of folks out there who aren't. So this is a time for us to really up-level ourselves and become better human beings and be more cognizant of what's going on with our friends and family in our community, and extend a helping hand where possible. The supermarkets are empty and people are just panic buying, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, they're not saying you can't ever go back to the grocery store. Grocery stores are open, right? You can order online and have your stuff delivered. You just have to stop the panic buying and the hoarding, because all we're doing is hurting ourselves. There's elderly out there who don't have, technology, and, who don't have the luxury of freedom of movement to get out to the grocery stores like some of us do, and when they get there, everything's gone, and same thing with like baby products, for those of you with infants, stop hoarding the diapers. You can go back and get more. Just quit buying in bulk, because you're hurting other people who need the formula, who need the diapers, who need all the baby care items. So that it's time for us to really think about others and less about ourselves. It's time for us to become more selfless and serve others and less selfish. Because you're fine. You're fine. Your fridge is stocked. You've got the toilet paper in your closets. Others don't. It's time to think about others. And if you have extra food or extra hygiene products to donate, then this is the perfect time to change your ways, change your karma, up-level yourselves as human beings, and extend a helping hand to others. Become a better version of yourself. Become a better human being to others. Become a better example of love and kindness for your children. This is a time for us to be our best selves and come together as a community and as a human race. All right? So that's why I keep saying that this is a weird gift in disguise, because it's requiring us to really expand ourselves and look beyond ourselves and become less selfish and more selfless. All right? Speaking of which, overall outcome is 10 of Pentacles. Spread the wealth. You give to others and others will give back to you. It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you'll have others do unto you. Yeah. It'll come back to you tenfold. Random acts of kindness is what's going to get us through this crisis. We can't do it alone. We can't do it in self-isolation. Yes, there is social distancing, but we can connect online. There's ways for us to connect and still be a community without violating, the health officials' rules and regulations. We're going to get through this, but we have to do it together. All right? Yeah, so the shine your light, you're receiving the priestess message. It is reversed. And the question is, how are you being called to step up and lead? Interesting. Excellent question, Libra. How are you being called to step up and lead? What random acts of kindness do you feel compelled to assist with? How are you going to redefine yourself? How are you going to share your gifts with others? Yeah, we were just talking about that with the tarot messages. And it's so true. I mean, I'm telling you, this really is a gift in disguise for us to be better human beings. And I feel like this is definitely a do-over and a reset for us to really reprioritize our priorities. And it's not what we initially thought. It's not. It's about what's truly important to you and what truly matters. Who's important to you. Yeah. Interesting. And your sacred earth message is center. Yeah. That's the key right now, is centering ourselves, getting grounded, centering our truth, walking in our truth, and being unapologetic about it and be like, okay, this is who I am. I'm a light worker, Yeah. I mean, a lot of us, we allow our work titles to define who we are, and that shapes our self-identity, but that's not who we are at our core. So this is a perfect time for us to really get centered and understand what's in our hearts, what's our essence, what's our core, what's at the center of ourselves, and let that shine through. Let your truth set you free. That's how you're going to help others. That's going to allow you to use your gifts, leverage your gifts for the benefit of others. Yes. Be true to yourself. What were we just talking about then? I feel like this is coming in. It's like foot stomping all this, foot stomping the center. Who are you at your essence? Be true to yourself. Yeah. And this is going right in line with the priestess card, which is, how are you being called to step up and lead? Yeah. Interesting. I love it when the oracles confirm and synchronize the messages, and because that's when magic is in the air. That's when spirit is speaking through the oracle and really, reaching out to you for those who really need to hear the messages. Again, this is meant to be messages of healing, hope. So your archangel message is coming in from Sandalphon. Gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. That's excellent advice. That's excellent advice. Yes. We can be our harshest critic. Easily, and we do it a lot. So it's time to just cut yourself some slack. You're doing the best that you can, given the situation. And we've never been through anything like this before. So flow with the changes, be gentle with yourself. No one's perfect, If you have children at home, look, you're doing the best that you can, right? So give yourself credit. Give yourself credit. Everything's going to work itself out. And again, surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So, take those walks outside. Do the yoga nidra breathing. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself here so you can take care of yourself here. And then you can take care of others, right? Yeah. So your angel message is coming in from Indriel. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. I'll let you read that message. Look at that. Yeah. We were talking about shining your light. Weren't we saying, hey, what's your truth? I'm a light worker. I was kind of using myself as an example, but then some of y'all Libras are light workers and you don't know it. Or you do know it, but you're pushing it down. Now is the time for you to allow your gifts to shine through. And some of you are very powerful light workers. You just have to have the confidence and the courage to step forward and let your truth shine through. Be true to your heart.